there is basically it's good to go. Go ahead and pre-drill my next 2 screw locations. Before I do this, I actually want to share with you guys a trick that I've
Goes in, goes out, soft close. Now we just gotta put the front on it. So is he a pro at parallel parking?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yep.
Making some drawers to go underneath beds.
Sweet.
Every time the kids pull out those plastic bins, they hit the hinges and then the door pops off and it's a pain in the butt. So I'm going to make some pull-out drawers. Going to attempt to anyway. We'll see.
Oh, you got it. Sure.
There's lots of companies that you can buy like the custom drawer boxes from. And I looked at that. That would have been nice. But it's $156 per drawer. And that's without the slides. So you're talking, and the slides are like $30. It would have been $700-800. So we're gonna give it a go.
Yeah.
See if we can do this.
I'm all about saving some money, that's for sure.
Yeah, me too. So we'll see. I already messed up once, but.
So you actually have to pass it through there how many times in order to get the width of that other board?
I don't know how many times. I just drew lines. I mean, I'm trying to, because I'm using a 1/2 inch bottom, or not 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch.
Right. So you have
Yeah.
one more pass and then you're there?
Yeah. Can't believe I'm one board short from finishing. I've got to run back to the hardware store.
It's the nature of a project, right? At the hardware store every day. Nice.
I just got to finish this latch.
This is it really is a nice project. So how would you rate this 1 through 10 based as a DIY project?
It's DIY. It's like, but it's taken me like 3 solid days. But I'm not a professional woodworker. But totally doable. I mean, I think if we would have ordered the drawers, it would have been like $850. I think we're $200 in. That's it. So, doable, just a whole weekend for me.
Yeah. But you do have some woodworking experience too, right? A little bit. Craig jig.
YouTube.
I almost feel like it should have been this way to begin with. I wonder what they had in mind or why they put the...
It should. For as much as you pay for an Airstream, it totally should.
Yeah. Like why put the... what do they have, like Tupperware or something?
These plastic bins, these cheap black plastic bins, and they scratched up the whole interior cabinets, and their hinges are constantly popping off.
And when you go to access it, right, the door actually comes down and lays in the middle of the floor. So I did notice when you were doing your project, there was a little space in the back, right? The drawers could have been physically larger, but there was a reason for that.
You commented on the space in the back. No. Well, I mean, yes, depending on what drawer slides, right? Like the bottom mount slides come in increments of 3. So the cabinet's 17 inches deep. I have 15-inch slides. Like,
okay, so you couldn't go with the 17. You'd have to go with an 18.
Right, can't do that.
So you
can't do 18. But if you use side mounts, I think they come in increments of 2. So it could have been, but then you lose space this way. So all in all, it's about the same. I will say that if somebody wanted to do this, like tips and tricks, advice maybe that I learned, I will say that like I did get better. My last 2 drawers are much better than my first 2 drawers. But, and that was because I took the top off the bed. I should have started that way. So much easier. Like, I don't know if I just didn't want to mess with it initially, but I would have, had I done that to begin with, my measurements would have been more accurate, and I would have realized that 2 of the drawers are not completely square.
So when you say you wish you would have taken the top, so you remove the mattress, you remove the coverings, and you're looking right down into the drawer space.
Yes, so then you can get better measurements.
Right.
And then I would have realized that the drawer was not completely square, because I just took a measurement from the front, and if it's open, then I could have taken multiple. Not only that, but it was so much easier to install the drawers with the tops off, because I could come in from the top instead of like, so yes, just, I don't know why I didn't do that to begin with. But also if you use side mount slides, I think they're more beginner friendly, easier to install, so.
I know one thing we learned when we installed this is measuring the physical dimensions of the opening. Nothing's square, right? So it seemed like the width might have been a little bit wider up front and less.
Well, that's why I said, had I taken the tops off, we would have realized that.
Right. You can't assume that everything's square. Yeah. Right? Each area, each drawer needs individual measurements to make sure that it's right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So 15-inch slides, because they only come in increments of 3. Have a little bit of space in the back.
But they're much deeper than what was in there before.
No, I really like it. I like the finish too, right? So you finished the wood. What did you use to finish the wood?
What did I use to, I think just a clear poly. You're getting too close.
No, I'm not. So you used a clear poly, and then what is this veneer stuff
It's just
called?
edge banding.
Edge banding.
Now I will say that you'll see, so I think I got a little cocky there at the end. If you remember me, my last 2 drawers, I was like, oh my gosh, these are perfect. Like my last 2 drawers looked so good. And then I came to install them and they didn't fit at all. And so I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, did I measure wrong? Was my math wrong? And my measurements were right. And all my math and the numbers I had down on paper were right, but I went to the saw and just cut something completely different. Like, I must have been on something, because it was, so I had to redo those 2 drawers, and they were my best drawers had they fit.
That's not uncommon with the woodworking, right? You start, your mind wanders a bit. You forget about taking the width of the blade into account, and which side of the line you're on, or the dimensions, and especially when you're doing 4 of the same thing.
3, yeah, one's slightly different.
Oh, that's
but
right.
Still.
3 are the same.
And that was
I
didn't cut everything at the same time. I made 1 drawer.
So let's show everybody why it's 3 of the same and one's different.
I don't know if that's the same on these 2, or these 3 are the same, and this one is slightly smaller. It's got some dead space over here.
Let's see if we can see that. Yeah, so this one does have dead space that you have to...
Because that's where all your stuff is mounted underneath there.
Right. The electronic compartment of the Airstream is there, and they created a little bit more space, it looks like, for that, right?
Mm-hmm. I think this is way more functional and nice than those drop-down things. Yes, and half the time, like I said, one of them would always be off the hinge.
No, I agree. I think it's an excellent project. It's quite the DIY project, though.
You can totally tackle it. Like, I mean, if it's a mod you want and you're like me and the thought of spending $800 to $1,000 for somebody to do this for you, like, absolutely, you can do this yourself.
So
Now, if dropping $1,000 on this mod doesn't faze you, then by all means, there's cabinet companies out there that will send you your custom drawer box all broken down, and then all you have to do is put it together. But then to me, it was like the hardest part was installing the slides and getting the drawer in there.
yeah.
I mean, cutting the wood wasn't the hard part. I'm ready to go, hit the road.
Yeah, I guess next video will be us packing up. Maybe showing people how we organize what we have.
I've been cooking some meals for the freezer.
Yeah, talk just a minute about that.
Been cooking some meals for the freezer.
No, the fact that we do a lot of prep before we head out, right? Because usually the first week or so we're sort of moving, right? It's
Well,
one
I'll
place to
do
the
like
next,
some prep so that we have lunches and dinners on our way out there, so that we're not stopping. Because if we're stopping at Harvest Host or parking lots, obviously we're not really cooking. You know what I mean? We just want something fast that's already made.
Yeah.
But also, I like to have stuff in the freezer for those days where we have like really long hike days, which I've got a lot planned. So when we get back and we're just super tired and hangry, so that nobody has to cook, we can just, heat up some stew or, dump something in the pot. And it's super easy because we got a lot of those days and nobody feels like cooking when your dogs are barking and you've been hiking 15 miles.
Yeah.
Well, they work. That's good. You gotta wait until I get into my groove.
You look like you're in the groove.
Put you on like a tugging track.